Hi, welcome back to Jay's Brain Space. Today I'm going to show you a little thing I created, something called the flock. The flock is sort of like a mob gang OCs that I created involving three lamb-like people. I don't know how to say that correctly. It consists of gray lamb, black lamb, and white lamb. Yes, the names are very creative. Originally, it was just black lamb that I created as like a little idea. But soon, I had the idea of making two others, aka her brothers. If you can't, they're related. So this is I did this because I wanted to draw, but I was kind of not figuring out how to draw correctly. So then I drew this kind of like little symbol idea. As I drew it, it just reminded me of like a title to be something like for a show or something. And I thought that was sort of funny because doesn't it look like it's like part of like an animated show or something? Since I don't want this video to accidentally be so long because I might talk about all of them a lot, I will show you the ideas I have for gray, black, and white. Here is Gray Lamb. Gray Lamb is the eldest and more like the leader of the flock. How did I think of flock? Well, originally it was gonna be like a sheep version of the Three Billy Goats Grew Up from the fairy tale, but then I was like, you know what? The flock is much more easier to say and to remember. So why did I do lambs? Because lambs, they're usually pictured as to be adorable baby sheep. Why are these people sheep and have a little gang thing? Well, I did it because I thought it'd be funny. Because you usually see lamb as adorable, and these three, they're pretty dangerous. I'll say right now, they're pretty dangerous. When I told my mom about it, she said I unconsciously, I think I said that right, made them sheep because I'm an Aries, which is a ram. So I didn't even think of that. I actually kind of forgot about that. It's really hard to see because he's mostly dressed up in like black. So there we go. I think that's the same. I had to look up like different outfits so I could kind of like fit in the same idea I wanted. I like this outfit because, and this is gonna fall asleep a lot. I like this outfit because I feel like out of all of them, he's most likely to wear like a suit, just like in general. Gray is, like I said, the eldest and much more, I would say, strict, to be honest. I have a lot of like different ways to show who, like how old each of the lambs are. The first example is this name tag, which I forgot what it was called until my mom said, "Oh, are they wearing ear tags?" Yes, they are, because I forgot the name. Here says 1, so the other two would have a number depicting of who's the middle or the youngest. His horns are much longer than the other two, and I'm pretty sure that female sheep don't have horns, but I'm gonna ignore sheep logic and add horns because it just looks cool. This one is a bit more on the darker side. You can also tell who's the oldest by the scars on them. Gray has a piece of his ear gone and a scar under his eye with his right eye blinded. That part I'm still trying to figure out. So, gotta figure out how he got blinded in the first place. Wait, is blinded a word? I put like the little idea right there. That is very bright. It's hard because I'm looking at the actual picture, and then when I look at the phone, it's like super bright. So I apologize. I'm not sure if you saw, but there's some thing on it. So I'm not sure if that's connected to the blind eye or not. On to the second sheep, Black Lamb. Bear with me, she is mostly dark color, so it's really hard to pick it up. So let me just try to, can't see it there, but you also still can. You kind of get the idea. Black Lamb was actually the first of these characters that I made, and I had a really good idea for her. Black Lamb is the middle, showing the number 2 on her ear tag. She only has like a little scar on her cheek, and like I said before, I'm not sure if female sheep have horns, but I added it because it just looks cool. Like, look at that. It looks awesome. I already had, for once, I actually had an idea what her hairstyle was gonna be. Usually when I make OCs, I figure out a lot of the other stuff, but then like, oh shoot, I forgot to do what their hair looks like. But I actually had a really good idea. I have no idea what this hairstyle is called, or what it, and I just kind of think the idea of what it looks like on a person, not for wool. But I think I had a lot of fun with all their hairstyles because it's wool, so I just made it more like poofy. I had like this part of her hair had it shaved off because it looks awesome. I had the idea for her outfit, but I still had to look it up just so I had the general idea of it so I wouldn't mess up. Black Lamb is more of the, what is the right word? Destructive type. She makes and uses her own bomb, so that's why she's holding this in her hand. I'm proud of how that turned out because I never really drawn from that angle. And I also had fun drawing their hands, which, as you can tell, they're hooves. I had the idea. It took a while until I actually figured it out. Like I said before, I'm really proud of how all these turned out. So this is Black Lamb. On to White Lamb. And my voice cracked there. I'm sorry. Okay, you can really see what he looks like because his wool is white. This is White Lamb. He is the youngest, actually. He has no scars, unlike his older siblings, and his horns are stubs. He has stubby horns. Now, White Lamb is, unlike Black Lamb, who handles with explosions and stuff, White Lamb is more of a con artist. So think, I don't want to say his name wrong, so just think of that villain from Princess and the Frog, also known as the Voodoo Man or the Shadow Man. Think that, but this guy's better, and he doesn't die, so. White Lamb, I feel like even though he's the youngest, he is usually like seen as that to other people because of his age. But he could literally just like make you lose all of your money. A funny idea I have, because even though it's a mob, the 3 of them still act like siblings. So they banned White Lamb from playing like fun card games because for somehow he easily wins. Uno somehow is only at 2 cards. That headbands, that Who Am I game, he gets it like in 3 tries. So he's banned from that. I had a little trouble with this hand since it was supposed to show him like holding it between his hooves, but it was a little weird, but I'm still proud of how that turned out because it still looks cool. And as you might have seen from a short, I am into the game Cult of the Lamb, and I think drawing a bit of that actually helped me figure out what how I'm gonna draw the eyes. Because for White Lamb, his are like this. I'm not sure why. I just thought it looked neat. And if I show here, grays are more in a glaring type, and blacks are more like a rectangle or an upside down. I know what the shape is. It just escaped from my brain. But I think you know what I'm talking about. And I just realized I didn't show how I drew any of them. So I'm going to go back to Gray Lamb to show you how I drew him. I had to have reference from Black Lamb so I could see if I could get the same idea again for when I drew the other two. Same with the outfit. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with starting him a little bit. So I had trouble with with his chest, stomach, and waist. So still trying to figure out. Yeah, then I didn't like it. Then I had to redraw it all over again. If you draw like me, you would know the feeling of not liking it and to just restart it all over again. Then I had trouble with the hands a little bit. Well, arms. I didn't draw hands for this time. Then I had to stretch out his legs because then he was kind of short a little bit. I'm proud of how I did those arms. Look at that. I also had like a little beard or something because I thought that'd be funny. Also because I'm pretty sure Black Lamb would just tease Gray for his little beard. I also like drawing their little lamb tails. That was fun. I had to look up what a gray lamb looked like so I could get the right colors. Then I just did this. That took 2 hours and 19 minutes. On to blacks. This is where I had to figure out how to actually draw a good lamb head. That sounds really weird when you say that out loud. I had trouble with the neck, as you could tell. If you have trouble with like doing perspective, like which way the thumb goes in a certain way, just look at yourself and then try to imagine it the other way so you get the idea. I do this a lot because sometimes I will get mixed up a little bit because of how it looks. Originally, I was gonna make and not wear shoes and have hooves for feet, but then I didn't like the idea, so I just made them wear shoes. If you don't like how the feet looks like, just make them wear shoes. Like I said, I had a lot of fun drawing the hair for each of them. If you hear creaking, that's because I'm on a loose plank on my floor. And I'm on my knees, so. There you go. I don't know why, but whenever I start doing an outline, I always start with the head. I think it's because then I'm going down. That took 2 hours and 28 minutes. How am I not going to seconds? Okay, finally, time to show how I drew white lamb. I always keep even though they're a mob, I keep thinking of really funny sibling stuff scenarios that they would do. Like, as you can kind of tell, white and black lamb's outfits are more similar to each other. Gray is just like, will you two please change your outfits? Black lamb is like, you're just jealous because we look awesome. That's kind of how the dynamic is half of the time. Yeah, I had a bit of trouble with the legs a little bit. I know I say a lot, but I am drawing more of these characters more often than I draw any of my OCs that I created. So hopefully I can show more about the flock, because they're a lot of fun to draw. Then I'll look up what a white lamb looks like so I can get the colors right again. White lamb took an hour, 58 minutes, and 11 seconds. I enjoy these characters a lot, even though they are a bit messed up. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.